Hi guys, Josh Reese here coming to you live from Minute Maid Park with another glorious takes. I appreciate you guys for giving this a watch, listen, like, subscribe, whatever. I appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Joshua. So why am I here? The glorious confines that is Minute Maid Park. Really, it is quite breathtaking when you kind of look at it. All its gloriousness? That's a word. I like it. We're coming to you here today after the Astros beat the Chicago Cubs in a 2-game series in a preseason matchup, exhibition game as you would call it, because we're no longer in spring training, but we're here in Houston, exhibition style, in a potential October season matchup. Oh yeah, let that hit you right there. Chicago Cubs versus the Houston Astros could be a matchup you see in October. And had it been one of those games in October, the Houston Astros would have walked themselves away with a win. They struggled early. Lance McCullers gave a few runs, but the offense ended up coming back and ended up getting the W after they put up a bunch of runs on the Cubs later on in the game. It was the 6th inning, not too much later on, 6th inning, after Brett Anderson had left for the Cubs. Astros got like 5 or 6 straight hits in a row, and they were on a roll, and they really powered themselves to a win after that. But the Astros offense did get a few runs early, so the 4 runs was what kind of put them over the top. After the game, A.J. Hinch mentioned that he had made his mind up on the final position in the bullpen, and that he is going to keep Gustave and not A.J. Hoyt. James Hoyt is going to go back down to the to AAA. Quote, A.J. Hinch said, he told Hoyt that he was sending a major league pitcher down to AAA, and Hoyt's dominated down there before. Don't suspect he's not going to do it again. If Gustave struggles, Hoyt could be right back on up here. So, talking about the last spot in the bullpens, it's not really that important, but it was one of the remaining spots on the Astros that was pretty much up for grabs. Everything else seems to be locked down. One of the things of note today, which was I think had everyone abuzz, was the fact that A.J. Hinch had Evan Gattis hitting 9th. Yes, 9th. Isn't that insane? Last year we had Jason Castro hitting 9th. We had Jake Marisnick at times hitting 9th. Instead, we have a guy who hit 32 home runs last year, batting 9th. I know it's crazy for just one day. There's going to be plenty of games where Evan Gattis goes 0 for 4. I doubt he hits 9th all the time, but it is an option. But I'm sure he's going to have plenty of games where he goes 0 for 4. But on those rare games when he's got it going, that offense is going to be clicking because they've got 9 guys that can go pretty deep. Nori Aoki he played. He didn't start. And that is a potential starter who the Astros can go to. They had Carlos Beltran playing in left field instead of Aoki, and that moved Evan Gattis to DH. I expect Carlos Beltran to play a lot of DH, which would put Aoki out there, and it would still be pretty good in the ninth spot if that's where they decide to put him. You got speed and someone who can really extend his ABs, and you're not going to worry about him striking out too much because he puts the ball in play. Something that we've harped on time and time again, that the Astros did not have enough guys who put the ball in play. But this year, that's going to change. One of the other takeaways from the game against the Cubs, this is going to be the only game of the series I'm going to be covering because I'll be back here on Monday, opening day. What? I'll be back here opening day. But one of the other takeaways from the game against the Cubs in the first game of the series was the fact that Lance McCullers did struggle. Of course, everyone downplayed this. Not really that much of a worry. He doesn't really have confidence in all his pitches yet. I believe was a quote from McCullers today. But with the dominance that he's shown the first 2 seasons, you kind of expect when you get into the regular season, he'll be fine. In fact, he's working on an extra pitch. Will make him even better. So the Astros are expecting big things from him. I don't see what he has done in the spring that is going to detract from the 2 years that he has done very well in. Well, it is a little bit concerning because I believe he has a 7 ERA in the spring. That is concerning, but just remember, you're not throwing all your best pitches in the spring. You're going to be throwing all your best pitches in the regular season. And not only that, he was still able to get, 6 strikeouts tonight? 6, 7 strikeouts? Hold on. We'll get the exact stat. He still had 6 strikeouts tonight. He had 2 walks. So he was electric. So despite him not being as sharp as I'm sure he wanted to be, 6 strikeouts is nothing to sneeze at. Nothing at all. So finish up the rest of this talk here. Just talking about some regular season expectations, and I've been seeing a lot of power rankings out there and stuff like that. The one I saw from John Heyman today listed the Texas Rangers 9th and the Houston Astros 12th. Negotiable, sure, whatever. But I really think the Astros have done a lot to improve their offense, which was one of their bigger weaknesses last year. We all know the pitching wasn't there, but had the bats helped out a little bit, they would have won a little couple more games, which would have made them a playoff team back-to-back years. But we all know how that went. The back half of the Astros starting lineup just was not very good, which is the reason why they spent all this money in the off seasons to improve, and that they have. So expect them to score a lot of runs this year. But the biggest question, I was going to say problem, the biggest question is going to be the health of the starting pitchers. We all know Colin McHugh. There's a question mark with Colin McHugh right now. Dallas Keuchel, still up in the air. Is he going to be back to Cy Young Dallas Keuchel? Is he going to be back somewhere near Cy Young Dallas Keuchel? Charlie Morton, is he going to continue this dominance that he's shown in spring training? Is he going to carry that over to the regular season? 95 mile an hour sinker. That's pretty damn legit. If he can do that in the regular season, it might end up being one of the Astros' better pitchers. And a lot of people, including myself, thumbed their nose up at the Astros when they signed Charlie Morton. Like, come on, bruh. Really? Charlie Morton? We got so many other guys in the bullpen. Just why not elevate one of them? And in fact, they did. Joe Musgrove is going to be in the starting rotation. So, Astros have youth. They signed Charlie Morton, and they've got 2 question marks in Dallas Keuchel and Lance McCullers. If they are back anywhere into their former selves, the Astros are going to be legit contenders with the offense that they are creating. So, expect this to be a very fun season for the Houston Astros, let's say that right, and expect a lot of W's for the Houston Astros, especially at home. They seem to play fairly well at home. And I don't know if you can see out there, but I know I'm down on, I kind of miss Talus Hill, but I will admit, it does look pretty cool. And at night, the way the Torchy's Tacos lights up and whatnot, that's pretty baller. Pretty baller. So that's pretty much all I got to say about the Houston Astros. I was expecting this to be a longer video, but there's really not many questions you have about the Houston Astros. Everything is pretty much wrapped up. There's only really one injury to talk about, and that's Colin McHugh. And when he gets back, we'll talk about it. But until then, the Astros got 5 still legit starters. They've got Mike Fiers, who threw a no-hitter, who's in their starting rotation. We all know how I feel about Mike Fiers, but still, he's going to be counted on one way or another. So that's pretty much all I got here from I almost said Toyota Center. I almost said it. That's pretty much all I got here from Minute Maid Park. My name is Josh Reese. I appreciate you for watching another Glorious Takes, and I am out of here.